There's about 7, if not more, different types of content to create on LinkedIn. And it's really important that you do vary your content. One, for the LinkedIn algorithm, just because I'm not a technical person, but I know that if you basically vary the different types of posts, it will actually help you get more views. Simple as that. For example, polls. I'm not a fan of poll posts, but last week I did a poll post, there's another twister, poll post, and the day after I got 17,000 views. I tried that again 2 weeks later, and I got 16,000 views. I'm not saying that's a formula, but it's worth trying these things. So typically, I would suggest you try and do one text only post, one document or slideshow post, whatever you want to call it, one GIF, if you can do it, one image, so that would be like a photo of your products or you at work or your childhood, and what's the other one? I think that was 5. GIF, document, poll, image, something else. But basically try and vary it but not only that, and I'll post tomorrow, I don't want to give it away, it's going to be about this, but people get bored if people keep seeing the same type of post. For example, I was going to name somebody there, but I'm not going to. If somebody only does a text only post every single time, and now the way the LinkedIn algorithm does, your post will show in the LinkedIn feed for a couple of days, sometimes a week. If you keep seeing a text only post from that same person, you might not read it because it'll just blend into the wallpaper. So if you do different styles of posts, it's a great way to keep catching somebody's eye. And again, I try and change my templates all the time that I use just for that reason as well. So not just for you guys, for me. But again, when I'm lazy, like this morning, I literally was brain dead. I had the cold yesterday and I just threw something together. But hey.
Who'd be that text only person, Maureen?
No comment, Simon. No, I actually wasn't talking about you, but you could be that person, Simon. And honestly, it's great, especially if you've got a visual product, Simon. It's a great way to really showcase what you do. And document posts or slideshow posts for visual people in terms of they've got a product. So if you're photography, if you work in signage, or if you do anything that you got visuals for, document posts are a great way to really showcase all your products or services in one way. So a document post, really, it could be one page or it can be more, it can be loads of pages. Typically, I would do about 5 to 7 pages, but I have done pages just with one page and I've done one with 15 or 20. So again, depends what you want to say, but try different things. The app for any post and anybody that, I was going to say moans, not moans, anybody that goes on about LinkedIn post views, the biggest thing that will impact how many views you get is the message of the post, and that is the content, the context, everything, and the actual whatever you're talking about. And LinkedIn favor different topics all the time. They don't tell us that, so it could be if you do a topic that they're favoring and you use that hashtag, you might just get boosted for that reason alone. But again, they'll look at things like positive message, negative message, uplifting. And, you know, right now they might be screening out any negative messages, for example, and those posts might be getting downgraded. So whereas a rant typically would do really well on LinkedIn, maybe right now because of the climate, they're trying to push more positive posts. So just something, again, to bear in mind. But before you start designing a document post, the message is key. So what you want to say, is it going to be appealing to your target audience? Is it going to help you stand out? And what's the kind of next action? Do you want to just show it to showcase what you do? Do you want to get sales? So keep all these things in mind. So I'm going to jump into Canva now, and hopefully I'll just make sure you can see my screen. Can you see Canva? Can somebody give me a thumbs up? Can you see Canva? Yes, thank you. So starting from scratch, now I've been using Canva for, can't even remember how long, numerous months, but anybody that creates graphic designs or even simple content, it's a really simple tool, and most of the tools or most of the editing are the same in all these different products. If you've never used anything, of course, it's going to take you a little bit of time to get up to speed, but it's still pretty easy to use. So in this,
Maureen, I think we're still on PowerPoint, actually. Yeah. It did go to Canva. I thought it went to Canva, but yeah.
2 seconds, I will share my screen again. Thank you, Sonia.
Okay.
Can you see Canva now?
Yeah, definitely.
So this is the homepage of canva.com. And again, I said for anybody that creates content, you know, it's easy peasy, but if you don't, I'll start from the beginning. Now I do pay for the upgraded one, which I think, I can't even remember, it's about $12 a month. You don't need to do it, but you just get extra access to extra animation, extra pictures. But as anybody that's watched any of my other sessions, pretty much these days you can do anything in Canva, any type of post, apart from actually generating the text, you can do in Canva. So to start off with a document post, I would propose, there's loads of ways, but you can either start with a presentation, which is like a PowerPoint. So ultimately you want to start with a template you like. Now I don't normally use these, so let's just bring up one. This could be a template for your document post. I don't normally do these just because they only take up a small space on the LinkedIn. Just wait till it comes up. They don't take up a lot of room on the LinkedIn post view, but certainly if you wanted to do this, you could do a presentation. But I'm going to start with, or you could do a slide, if you do a slideshow, which may come up with the same. Back to the search. So again, here you've got templates. You can start from anything. If you go to slideshow, it's going to bring up loads of different options, or you could do carousel, which is quite popular on Facebook or Instagram. Got to work out how you spell carousel now. Carousel. Anyway, I'm not even going to bother. But for this purpose, I'm going to start with a poster. So you either start with a carousel, a slideshow, presentation, or a poster. Now, the reason why I like to start with posters is because they really stand out. And for me, the reason I use a document post is to get my post to stand out. There is hundreds, if not thousands, of templates, and this is just a one page. So again, if you've got a specific thing you want to show or see, you could just look for something you like the look of. And if you want an image in it, again, something that's got an image in the background makes it easier for you to start. So I am just going to start with this, which I maybe even use, which is really simple. And for me, I personally believe less text works better. But I think Leanne, you said one of yours with lots of text worked. Again, it would depend on who your target audience is. If you're doing a technical document, certainly you could do a one page and get people to download it, because document posts prospects can actually download. So let's just say I'm going to start with this. This is going to be a template for my document post. So as I said, you can use a presentation, a poster, or a slideshow. Oops. And then I'm going to go into how you do it. So a couple of ways. Now, first of all, is the colors. So if you go to this little thing at the top left hand, is colors. Now I have got lots of documents. I've already set up my brand colors, which takes a minute. But if, for example, you wanted to make it the color of your logo, it's quite simple. Just go to uploads, add in your logo, which is my new lovely logo, which I love.
Mm-hmm. Did you do that?
I did that, yes, I did it myself, yeah, but I've been working on using. And now what I love so much about Canva is if I go to document colors now, automatically it's populated the colors. So if you want you don't need to be graphic, it automatically has picked out the colors. So if I want my document to mean my brand colors, I'm just going to basically change the color. Now, as you'll notice, the actual picture has gone away. If you want that to come back, actually that's not worked. I'll come back to that. But straight away, you can. I normally just add my logo there, one, because it's good to use for branding, but also because it's making it easy for you. So a couple of things you're going to do. And again, if you, for example, Simon, or I don't know, John Ferguson is on, if you're a photographer, you could basically just do 5 pages of images with no text at all. And even the back page, you could say, you know, contact me for your London signage, something like that. That's it. You don't need to add text. But simple tips for me, I would say, is choose a few colors. Less is more. Don't use lots of different colors. Choose 3 or 4 colors just because it's easy on the eye. Decide in your message. Start with 1 page is what I'm doing. And then what we're going to do is tailor the template. And once we're happy with it, we'll go on to page 2. Just move this picture. So first thing we're going to do is just change the text. And I mean, top tip is to change the different sizes of text. So stop. I'm just going to put anything. Now, it's so easy to change the size, but obviously. So if you want to change the size, all you need to do is drag this up. And if you want to change the color, just basically go to the color thing here, highlight any text, and again, just look at what colors look good. And again, white stands out, so I'm going to leave it as white. And that, for example, is just going to be my headline. Because again, a lot of people browse LinkedIn on their mobile. So, you know, less words for me works well. So that is just my first template. I'm going to change the color of that as well to pink, yellow. But I want to change this image, and I always suggest changing the image because again, you don't want it to look like a Canva post. If you go to either photographs, or you can upload, if you want to upload one of your own pieces of work, you can upload it. But if you go to photographs, it gives you the option for loads of stock footage. Let's just type in rubbish. And here you can pretty much just look for a picture which, you know, reflects what you want to say. Just going to put this one. And if you right click it, replace background, for some reason, that has now got the rubbish. If you want to change the transparency, let's check. If you want to change the transparency, which you would do, you just go to here and there's little dots that are faded. And again, to make this stand out, do that. And that there you have in itself a unique post. And that could be a post in itself. To download that as a one-page document post, the key thing is download as a PDF. So PDF standard, download that. And to upload it onto LinkedIn, here's LinkedIn. You will upload it as a document. And again, that the key thing is you would then put a post alongside that. So to upload it as a document, just go to post and then upload here. And you can then choose a file to upload. And that would look, in fact, let's just download it and see what it looks like. And that would look beautiful. And again, I'm using this from a desktop. I know, I think, Steve, you tried Canva on its app. For me, I never use Canva on its app because some of the functionality you just don't get. Mm-hmm. So it's much easier for me. I mean, literally wherever I go, my PC is with me. So if I just go to downloads and you put a text here. Now, whatever the heading is of the document, so mine's a stop posting crap, don't put the same post here. So that's rubbish. And again, the key headlines are so important. So don't put the same headline that you put here. Everybody's going to see this. So change that to something else. Just make sure it's different because again, you don't want to make the same message. Can you please not? So again, that is a single individual document post. Looks great. You could add your website address to it. You could add anything, but just for the purpose of this. But literally, that's taken me a couple of minutes. Now let's go back to make it a bit more exciting. So I'm going to go to elements. So any different shapes on the left-hand side is elements. And I want to put in a rectangle border, which was there before. So again, easily just go down, put this one in, and you can just shape any shapes that you want to put in. And again, you can change the color of that. You can't for that one, but that's fine. So then I've got my first page. Then I want to now move on to second page because I'm going to make this 5 pages about all the rubbish that people post about on LinkedIn. And I just made that off the top of my head. So the second page is going to be about, I think, tragedy. Let's just say noise. Whatever this is, I'm just going to make it up. And sometimes I just change one word. Each thing could have one word. I'm going to go to images. I'm going to type in noise, and it's easy as that. I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to right click and put in replace background. Now again, I'm going to have to make this more transparent. So up here, you can make it more transparent.
Maureen, do you reckon the algorithm recognises stock photos?
I think if you just pick one from Google, such as a Google GIF, 100%. If you edit, so and this is why I don't, if you just take a template ready-made from Canva, it doesn't do well. Whereas if you edit it, I don't think it recognises it. Because again, if you edit it and save it as something else, I don't think it picks up. But if you just basically download a Canva template as it is, it definitely doesn't do well. That's why kind of static images don't do well. But so this is a page here, and again, you could to add text, again, on the left-hand side, there's lots of options. You could just put in your website here. I'm not going to put this in, but just move it, slide it along. Let's just say that's the website. And then you can just copy and paste that, or when you do your next page, it'll automatically show on that. So then, if I go to the next page, so again, and if you wanted to get fancy with the text, you could change it and do something like this. Take out that one and put in this. And again, I'm not going to, but let's just say I keep doing this, and when I get to a page, and for me, 7 pages typically have been my lucky number. Some of my highest post views, over hundreds of thousands, have all been document posts. Hence why I do one at least every week. So again, I can't guarantee 100,000 views. It's few and far between, but anytime I've had over 100,000 views, it has been with a document post. So when I get to my last page, I will definitely do a call to action. So it will be like join me or join us. So think about, and then I'll put a bit more detail. You might want to put your pricing even. You might put your services. One of my most successful posts ever on LinkedIn was a post about Tesco's. Somebody asked me to do work for free, but what I did in the last page was put my price list. I'm still getting sales from that post, and that was about a year ago. I got about probably 40 sales from that one post, and all because I put my price list of videos. And you know, I'm not guaranteeing you that, but don't be scared to put your price, especially with a story about something else. Just put in my services. And every post is a sales post, even if you don't, and if you're not comfortable putting a call to action in the actual text post, this is quite a subtle way, because again, only people that click to the end will see this. So my services, I'll get rid of that one. And put in video, but using different text styles is a great way. I mean, something simple like that. It doesn't need to be, you don't need to be a graphic designer. You can, again, put loads of different elements in. You could think, right, I want to put in some money icon, whatever you want to put in there, and put some little pictures. But I normally just stick to a couple of bits of text and some images in the background that are relevant. And again, that's 7 pages. And the beauty of it is, I'll just go back to my PowerPoint to make sure. So again, starting a 1-page template. Once you've got that template, you've pretty much got that to keep reusing, keep altering. Duplicate the page, then change the images and text. On the last page, call to action. Key tips, add a logo and web address. So again, you know, people, you would assume that people will just look a bit like, it's a bit like you, Kareem, were saying, where's your link to your, or where's your link to your desk tidies? I would look at your website, I looked at your profile, so don't assume people know where to go. There's no harm in putting it on the document post again. And changing the transparency is a really good one. It makes the effects and makes the text look good. So simply download it in Canva as a PDF. That's key, not as an image, because then it will show up as an image post, and upload as a LinkedIn document. Now keep reusing the template. This is where the time-saving things come in. And I'll just go back and show you my Canva. If you look at my Canva, you'll recognize them all. But literally this morning, I'm like, well, actually this morning wasn't a good example. So I've got loads of templates. So this one, let's just see. And one thing that the document posts are really good for is like numbers. So 5 reasons why you need a new chair, 3 secrets to success in marketing. So using number posts, 5 different, and again, they're great headings generally from a copywriting point of view, but, you know, using numbers, you know, three things you didn't know about me, 4 reasons why you need a sign for 2021. Or 3 reasons you want to work with me, 4 services I deliver on a daily basis, 5 types of customers I work with. These are great headings. So this
Maureen,
one,
how much text would you accompany a document post usually?
how much text? I mean, to be honest, I don't normally, you get 1,300 characters for any post, and in terms of a text, it really depends. I mean, again, if I'm kind of selling on my last page of my document post, I'll make the text quite fluffy. I won't go in with a link or anything. I would put, you know, a paragraph. Most people in the group will read the text only, but people externally will read what's on the document post. That makes it. So this document, I use this. I've been using this for about 6 months, and I'll just go in. And the key thing is, so this one is a template, is a document. If I go back to it, every time I want to do a post, I'll just look through and think, right, what kind of style? And then I'm going to click these 3 dots, and I'm going to go make a copy. So you're always copying the template. So you've got one of your own things to start with. And again, if anybody wants one of mine, as long as they don't do the exact same style, there's loads of templates I will give you. And then if you go to home again and your designs, that will be here. So I'm just going to show you then quickly how a few people joining. We're nearly finished, but hey ho. Hello, if you just joined, we're just about to finish, but 5 minutes. So this is one you'll have seen me using. And again, I've uploaded a picture of myself. I've added a little bit because I want to just keep using that. It's on my profile. But now I've got a copy of this. So I'm either going to just delete all these pages, and I'm going to turn it into a 1-page document post, or I'm going to change it into a GIF, which I've already done. So a GIF, again, I've already done this for people who were on the last one. But again, you could just basically go to elements. If you these little bars on here, tick animated, and there you've got lots of different moving elements. And oh my God, I can see one. Bless you, whoever. I can see one I love right now. I'm going to use. It's going to be in one of my posts. And the great thing is, Canva are updating these all the time. There we go. There's a little rocket. 10 things to skyrocket your business on LinkedIn. That'll be a post next week.
Maureen, can I ask you a quick question whilst you're doing that?
Yeah.
Can I put call to action on every single page actually when I'm doing that? Let's say if I'm doing 3 pages, can I put a call to action on the top?
Can do, but again, I just think so much text, people aren't going to, I mean, even the text down the bottom, people aren't going to read it. It depends what you want to achieve. I mean, your products are very visual. If you sell a product, I would be putting a picture. And again, if you upload your picture, let's just go, I mean, you've all probably seen John Darling stuff. So let's just say I want to just put a picture. If I had a product, I would have uploaded that. Just go to pictures I've uploaded. This isn't going to work right because it's the right size, but let's just say as a picture of your wonderful chairs. You could just put products. You don't need to, I would maybe put, if I had a great product, I would put text in the front one, a few pages of product, and then the end screen, I would be like, contact me today or go to this website, because I think you want people to flick through it. And again, if you're posting them once a week, again, same for you, Sam, your signage, if you're posting them once a week, you know, people are going to get to know what you do anyway. And it's a really great way without you selling people to know your products. You really don't need to sell, they'll sell themselves.
Yeah.
And that's why I love visuals, honestly. But I mean, 10 ways to skyrocket business on LinkedIn.
Maureen, tomorrow's a booster day tomorrow. So I'm just saying, I always use the GIFs. I use Canva a lot, but I never used it to do the post like that, which is but tomorrow I'm going to do it.
And honestly, now I could download it. Now, if you're doing a GIF, which I know the key thing is to make sure the timing here is not is under 10 seconds, and you can just change this. Oops, go back. So for GIFs, just make sure you can change it here. So again, if it's 20, just slide that along because the file will be too big. So normally make it about 7 or 8. And all you need to do then is download that as a GIF. And that is much better than doing one of these GIFs from Google. You download it, everybody's using. Again, LinkedIn will prefer that. And again, if you're doing it in your unique colors, it's really just a great way for you to stand out. I mean, you can change the text. It's so easy. But also I could just download this now as a one-page document post. So once I've created a few different kind of templates, I'll just do it, right? I'll change a few words. I'll think, right, I'll create that as a document post. I'll add a few animations to it. Use it as a GIF. And, you know, or add a few pages to it or go back to another one. It really does save you a lot of time long-term. And the great thing is there's a back button if you make a mistake, just click back. But always do a copy. That's the key thing. So you've always got your original template and you'll never be short of ideas. And I'm just going to, nearly done actually, but I'll just go back to my PowerPoint. So keep reusing the template. Just edit the colors, the images, and click share. If anybody wants me to have a look at it, and lots of people do, if you go up here, this is what I love. It's so easy. Don't do it in the morning you're posting. So many people message me in the morning, and to be honest, I'm like you, head down, commenting. If you do it before 5 o'clock the next day, I'll reply to you. If you share link and edit, you can share any template, and I can basically go in and just tweak it for you. So, and that's the same for GIFs, for document posts. Feel free to do so, especially for people who haven't done it before. And bonus, yeah, I've done the bonus already. That's pretty much it. I mean, it is quite easy, but it's like anything. Once you start doing things, you know, again, and that's why even if that's just basically no pictures apart from me, but you upload a picture yourself. Lovely software called Remove Background. Upload it in. And, you know, pretty much you can do a kind of branded document post in about 5-10 minutes. And again, there's so many different templates to choose from. I mean, you could start from scratch. And again, you know, but I just would definitely try and not use the images the template comes with. But, you know, there's so many other ones there. I mean, I would just change the colors into your colors and add a few more pages. It's simple. I mean, even just by changing the colors of this, and adding a logo, it's going to make it, you know, more like your kind of style rather than just, and again, adding your logo for just getting the colors in is brilliant. Even if you delete that after, or even a picture you want the colors of, that's just, you know, I just love that so much, to be honest. And, you know, but carry on.
Yeah, do you use the background remover on here? I have used it. It's not too bad. Do you use that, or do you use an off-site tool?
I mean, it depends. I mean, I've got this, as you can see, on my, I mean, I use it a lot. So I use it because loads of people will give, for videos, give me the logo, and it's not in PNG, it's basically got a background. So I use this probably every other day. But there's loads of one. This is just one that I've found. I've used loads. I mean, I've got probably loads of tools like that. But it's a free one, and it's pretty good. And you can also, so if you wanted to take out the background for something, I mean, there's loads of tools, but this is one that I use because it says so many people.
There is another one, good one. It's called LunaPic. LUNAPIC. LunaPic.
And Canva, the great thing about Canva, honestly, I mean, that I could spend, I mean, there is loads of videos on Canva that show you, but for the images, etc., if I just go to this, if you scroll on the border on the left hand side, there's loads of different elements. You can add videos to this. So this could be a video. Again, you could do a video of any old crap, basically. That could be the background. So that, even though that doesn't look right, that could, if I could upload that as a video. All you need to do is make sure you download it, and again, change the time, because that It probably will work as a video actually, but that could be a video. I mean, it wouldn't work very well, but you could do a video of that in the background. And again, folders, there's so many more things you can do. You've got access to more, and this integrates with so many different, and this is, you know, I think Lunapic or something. There's loads of different things. You can also animate this, but again, sometimes the file's too big. There is styles, you can do different effects, which is amazing. No, that's not. You can do background effects. So again, there's so many different things you can do just by playing around with these things.
So good.
Patterns. It's so easy to use, honestly, but just by adding a little, you know, adding something unique to it and adding your face or your website or your logo, it just turns it into your own document. And that's LinkedIn want you to upload content. They want original content. And even though, yes, you've used Canva's help, it's still original content. And that's what they want. They want human to human, you know, content you've created yourself. You know, even as a professional content creator, really, they don't want boring corporate content. They want fun, human to human emotions, because that's what keeps people on the platform and keeps them in millions of dollars, really. So any questions? I know I've gone over a little bit over.
Maureen, I have a question. It is a Canva question more than a document post question. So I didn't post today because I was trying to do a document post yesterday and it did my head in. But we're getting there. Be there tomorrow. But one question I did have. So I created my document in as a poster. And then I wanted to use, because I used the template, and I wanted to use that template as my LinkedIn banner.
Yeah.
Is there a way within Canva of saving, of resizing or repurposing one document type to another?
I'll show. I think I know what you mean. So basically using part of one document and another.
Yeah.
And that's what I've done for mine. So basically that little bit at the bottom is part of my profile, part of my banner. And again, I'm always on about consistency. So if you go to, let's say I'm going to do a new page, and always if I want to try something, just click copy page. So you can mess around, and if you get it wrong, you can delete it. So I've added a new page. If you go to folders, and then all your designs. So again, you could just go to, so your banner, let me just find my banner. Let's just say it's this one. So if I add that on to there, hasn't quite turned out right, but let's just do it again. If I just copy and paste that there, I could put this to the bottom of this document. Is that what you mean or not?
No. So my template that I used had, for want of a better word, like sort of leaves and stuff coming into it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So
it's the same. I guess it's the same thing. You just need to go to your template, and then, so if, for example, I can't think, let's just say it's this one, you could just add it in and it'll add in here.
Yeah, so I wanted to take a piece of that.
Yeah.
And use that as my LinkedIn background.
So what you need to do is start with a LinkedIn banner. So you'd have to start with a LinkedIn banner and then drag it in the opposite way. So
okay.
So why don't you, I'll take that offline, but if you start with a LinkedIn banner and then if you go to the other poster, the opposite way around and drag that in.
Drag it across,
okay. I mean, if you do that, and then if you want me to help you, just maybe tweak it, because again, you have to mess around with the LinkedIn banners quite a lot just to get it right. But I mean, I managed
to frig it, I think, by just resizing it and stuff. But I just thought, is there a way, you know, for example, you know, you could take the whole poster and maybe resize it into.
I mean,
you can resize the button. You can use the resize button. Have you tried that?
Yeah, the resize, and this you can use this to change it. So, I mean, you can change this to any size.
Okay, yeah,
but I don't use this a lot just because it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't work 100% all the time. But you can use it, and I'll copy and resize it. But normally, you still have to mess around with it.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'd even.
Yvonne, were you talking about the profile, the image at the back of your profile? With
yes.
Yeah, you need to resize because I played around a lot and it took me ages to do it, but I managed to do it. But
I mean, I would definitely start off with the LinkedIn banner because that's kind of got the right size.
Yeah.
And then that's got LinkedIn banner. But I would start off with a LinkedIn banner and then kind of mess around with it. But again, I mean, I change once you've done once, you can basically keep going in and editing it all the time. Once you've got one you like, just update your message every month on the same banner. But if you want to send me it, have a go, send me it, Yvonne, and I can always help you. But again, the key thing is to share, just so you know, you have to, if you want to share something with me, where's one? You have to make sure it's the one that's got edit on it. So show you again quickly. So up here, share it. If you just try and share, it won't go. Share link to edit, copy link. And just don't just put it in here because all it'll do probably is just view, let me view it. So copy and paste and email me this. Any other questions from anybody? I mean, to be honest, it's really simple. It's just kind of getting a few colors and text that you like. Once you've done one, you know, you can just copy and paste and edit it. But the key thing is to try and use one of these every week, I think, right now. And again, in 3 months' time, the LinkedIn algorithm will change. But right now, these are doing quite well. And they're not guaranteed to do well because, again, depending on what the post's about, etc., will influence it. But it's definitely worthwhile having a go. And if you've got a visual product, it's a no-brainer to me.
Maureen?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a quick question there. I might have missed it at the start there, but how much text are you putting on each page? Are these like a series of info posters?
Well, to some degree, yeah. I would only put, it depends what you want to do. And I mean, I would just have, it depends what the message of the post is about. So, I mean, this is say the headline, stop posting crap, and I'm just making this up.
Yeah.
I would then have a series of words probably, and I've just been happier. Doesn't make sense, but you can do whatever you want to some degree. But again, and that's why it works. And let's say, for example, for you, it was about seven types of websites that work, that convert, or seven types of customers you work with. That would be my heading. 7 types of customers I work with in 2020. And then I'd put probably e-commerce and I'd have a picture of that. And then I'd have bakeries, just make it up. Then I would have, but then I'd probably have my website address at the bottom. But they're really good for like number posts and number of topics, number of services. They work really well for that because then people will automatically want to flip through. And if you can get people to flip through to the end, that's where you get the views from.
Okay, yeah. And so we're looking at more bullet points information you're suggesting.
I would definitely, I mean, and I know Leanne, I don't know if you're still there, she's done some engineering type or coaching type posting, and she said a long text has done well for me, for her, but for me, it's always been less. So again, 7 top tips for SEO, 7 top tips for website design. I would just put a little bit, because the whole purpose is to catch their eye, to spark a conversation with you. You want them to comment or to message you and say, hey, I seen your post. I would be saying on the last screen, which I would be saying, speak to me about, your next website, or DM me, something like that. So again, if you're posting one of these every single week, it gets in people's heads eventually what you do and why they should speak to you. It's just a different way of doing it. And again, we're all kind of saying the same thing over and over again. It's just different ways to catch people.
No, yeah, it's definitely given me, because I would have originally put all that information on like one piece of paper.
I mean, there's no right or wrong. I mean, for me,
it's an interesting new angle. It's much more visual. So yeah, I'm going to give it a
try. I always do it with less, and as I said, the last 2 weeks, every single week's been over 15,000 views. Again, I can't guarantee. I don't even know what today's is, but a lot to do is the topic. That's why if you're giving away value, giving away tips, it's more likely to do well. If it's 5 services I offer, you might get views, but if it's 5 things you can do today to win more clients next week, that might help. So I think those kind of posts work really well for 5 lessons I've learned in January. There's so many different things, but using those kind of numbers in the headline work really well for posts generally, and then following that up with an image for each one with a couple of words. I think once a week, it really helps people just get what you do.
Maureen, quick question for you.
Yeah.
So